Use rules of logarithms to expand. Well, first of all, let's review the rules of logarithms. First of all, the logarithm of a product is equal to the logarithm of the first factor plus the logarithm of the second factor. Second, the logarithm of a quotient is equal to the logarithm of the numerator minus the logarithm of the denominator. And third, the logarithm of a power is equal to the exponent of the power times the logarithm of the base. So let's take a look at part A. We have the logarithm of the square root of 4xy. Well, we run into a little bit of a stumbling block because none of our rules appear to have a square root in them. However, we can write the square root using a power. We can write the square root as something raised to the 1/2 power. So let's rewrite the square root of 4xy as 4xy raised to the power of 1/2. Now that we have the logarithm of a power, we can apply rule number 3 and write the exponent 1/2 multiplied by the logarithm of the base, which is 4xy. Now we have the logarithm of a product. So we can write that as the sum of the logarithms of the factors. So we have 1/2 times the quantity, the natural logarithm of 4, plus the natural logarithm of x, plus the natural logarithm of y. For part B, we have the natural logarithm of the cube root of 2x over 4. So we'll use a similar strategy. We'll first of all rewrite the cube root of 2x as 2x raised to the power of 1/3. So first of all, we have the logarithm of a quotient. So we'll begin by using rule number 2, and we'll write the logarithm of the numerator minus the logarithm of the base. Our first term is the logarithm of a power, so we'll write the exponent 1/3 times the logarithm of the base. Finally, we have the logarithm of a product, so we'll rewrite that as the sum of two logarithms, the logarithm of 2 plus the logarithm of x. Now remember to put parentheses around the logarithm of 2 plus the logarithm of x so that both of them are multiplied by 1/3. Okay, we can stop at this point because all of our logarithms are just logarithms of a single quantity. There aren't any logarithms of products, quotients, or powers. For part C, we have the logarithm of 3 times the 4th root of x cubed. So again, we use a similar strategy and we rewrite the root using rational exponents. So the 4th root of x cubed can be written as x to the 3/4 power. So first, we have the logarithm of a product. So we'll use rule number 1 and write the sum of two logarithms, the logarithm of 3 plus the logarithm of x to the 3/4. The second term is the logarithm of a power, so we'll write that as the exponent 3/4 times the logarithm of the base x. So our final answer for part C is the logarithm of 3 plus 3/4 times the logarithm of x.